Hey guys, wanted to shoot this quick video. Lawrence, one of the people who is part of the M&A Deal Fund, there are only 18 of them that joined, but and I didn't even know the guy was working on anything, quite honestly. But yesterday I got a phone call, a panic call actually, from Lawrence. Had been sending out some emails. I didn't know he was sending them out. He didn't say anything, and he ended up getting a response, actually a phone call from a business owner who runs a business down in Houston. He's down in Texas as well. And when he got the phone call, the guy was asking some questions, and he was smart enough or thought quick enough to talk to the guy for a few minutes and told him he was in the middle of something. Could he call him right back? Did he get his cell number? And the guy gave it to him. He gave it to him. And so he called me right away. We talked about it briefly. Long story short, I spoke to the business owner because Lawrence, he was a little nervous, didn't know what question to ask. So I acted as his partner. And anyway, spoke to the business owner. Those guys are doing almost $17 million in revenue. They're a company out of Houston, outside of Houston actually, that does industrial vacuums and fans. Like the kind of big fans you have in a warehouse when you are painting or something of that nature, and you need fans to dry the place out, that type of thing. And so the guy owns 80% of the company, and he has a partner that owns the other 20%. And I think he's in Tumble or Strickland, somewhere around there. But anyway, we talked to the business owner. The business owner actually, and this was really great, one of the things that Lawrence did is when he got off the phone with the guy, he asked him for his email and asked him could he send some information to him to fill out, to give us a little profile. Now, in the M&A Deal Finder bundle, there's actually a seller profile, a buyer profile, and an executive summary as well. Now, in this particular case, we are using all three of them. All right, we're using all three. We did the seller profile. The gentleman sent the seller profile back. That the EBITDA is about I think it's 3.7 million, and so he sent that out. Number of employees, everything is on that form. That's a very important. And so then we turned around and I introduced, I made several phone calls to several of my private equity contacts, and I got two of them. We're working on a third one today, and we did a buyer profile. I did a buyer profile, which is the private equity firm, so that Lawrence would be able to get that information so he'd know for future reference when he's dealing with one of these guys, what their specialties are and that type of thing. So I did all of that because I've got several of them. So I kind of had an idea of at least three of them that fit the profile that would be interested in this deal. And so we got the seller profile filled out. That was the most important thing. And the reason that is, guys, is because then we turn around and I stayed up late last night working with Lawrence to get what's known as a confidential business review in the brokerage business. Some people call it a memorandum, but in any event, it really is a combination of what's in the seller profile and what's in the executive summary that the business owner filled out. And we also looked at the website, so we went through everything. I put together a confidential business review, and that went out to them late last night. All right. And so we've got one of them done. We'll be doing another one, and I think maybe two of them today. Two of them today. Because with touching base with at least three of them that I know that meet the profile, and maybe a couple of others. We're going to start with those and see if we bite. Now, the first one, we have a copy of their fee agreement. They sent us a copy of the fee agreement, and within the manual, I'm not going to go through the Lehman formula here, but within the Lehman formula, it gives you an idea of what the commission would be, or the referral fee, because it's actually a referral fee. And let me tell you, it's a good number. He's looking at six figures. It doesn't mean the transaction is going to happen. We don't know if it's going to happen. We're just in the preliminary stages, getting information to the private equity firms. So the first thing they're going to do is several things. They're going to look and see if they have made any contact with this company before. That's the very first thing they do. So they go through their database, see if anybody on the M&A deal team has looked at this deal before, talked to anybody at this deal before, if they had a deal like this under agreement, whatever the situation is, they're going to do that first. Then they're going to go through a series of things, of which the biggest one is concentration. I learned this early on when I did a deal back in 2011. One of the first things that private equity looks at is the amount of the amount of concentration you have amongst your current client base. So typically they don't want to see one business in which maybe they have a government contract and that represents 42% of their revenues. That they don't like. They don't want to see a client that has more than a third of the revenue, and that's a high number. So that it's called a concentration. So that's one of the first things, and there's several other things they do, but that's a biggie, because that eliminates a company in their eyes. Too much concentration in one client, that's always a no-no. So we'll go through things like that, and then this is a really exciting one. Lawrence is just beside himself. I try to explain to him to temper his expectations, because A, you don't know if it's going to happen. B, these deals take a while. If you remember, the other two folks that did deals, in fact, the one that Ed did, it took almost a year and a half to get that deal done. But you got to remember, you have a regular job. All he did was send a series of emails, and he got a whale. And so, and I truly believe this is a good deal. This company is I've looked at the financials. He sent the basic information in. The private equity firm, then they'll do their own valuation. When a company is this size, then they're going to do their own internal valuation. So, in a smaller company deal, we would be doing it on a listed deal. But this is a deal. Now, let me tell you what happened so you understand why it ended up being this deal as opposed to the M&A listed deal. Within the M&A deal finder manual, the manual is really dedicated. The majority of it is dedicated to this. Because Lawrence, all he did, because he sent one of the emails templates that is in the book. And what it mentions, which is really important, it mentions that our fee is paid by the buyer. In this particular case, in the M&A, it may be different. I mean, M&A listings, it may be different, but on the buy side, when you're dealing with the private equity, family office, business buyers, then usually they're paying the fee because they have us on a search mandate, which is exactly what we're doing here. This particular private equity that we're dealing with is searching. All of them actually are searching. So we had to go and look at the various criteria. I had a pretty good idea because I only deal with, with about 10 of them. So I know their deal criteria really well. And so this looks like this is going to hopefully work out for him. But all he did was take the template that's already M&A Deal Finder and sent that out, to business owners, and wow, he got one. And I think, I forget where he said he got that lead from. I'm almost thinking he said D7 Lead Finder, but don't quote me on that because I don't remember, but I'll find out because we're doing some more work today. We were up late last night till about 1 o'clock in the morning trying to finish up everything, walking him through everything so he would understand, really how this deal works. And it's exciting for him. I'm excited for him. This is going to be a 6-figure deal. And this is a guy that has a regular job just like everybody else. And he's even more incensed right now to keep going forward. You can imagine, you're looking at a deal this size, a 6-figure deal like this could change your life. You know what I mean? He's 58 years old. Imagine, he's got 2 kids in college. Imagine what something like this could do for him. But anyway, just wanted to touch base with you. The other thing is today, and I don't know, I'll probably end up sending this out because I'm going out and look at some properties, but I'll probably end up sending this video probably tonight. I don't know when I get back to do it, but one of the other things that's happening today is that FlexBuy is having an overview of the portal and so forth, and I'm sending some emails to him because I want to make sure that specific questions are answered as it relates to, particularly as it relates to what we're doing now in terms of HVAC. And for those of you who are not involved in this, let me tell you, you're missing out. You really, really are, but that's kind of up to you to build a business where you can get 20, 25 clients and then you get an income from that. I mean, it doesn't, there's lots of different ways you can make money. With all the different things that are taking place with affiliate marketing and Chat GPT, all these different things that are going on. And so what gets lost in the sauce is a simple business where you're building a practice, a consulting practice, where you're dealing with clients. And look, if you would recognize the income streams here, you know what I mean? FlexBuy is an income stream. The marketing is an income stream. The M&A Deal Finder listing is a great income stream. Those are businesses, those are income streams that happen fast on a regular basis. You build up 25, 30 clients over the next 12 months, you're done working. For a long time, you're done working. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to stop there, obviously, because if your machine is still going, you're still picking up clients. But at the same time, if you look at the income streams of say 25 clients at between $500 and $900 a month, which is a minimal number in a year's, over a year's time, that's about $15,000 per client yearly. 25 clients, 20 clients, however many clients you're trying to get, you can see, and they're paying you on a monthly basis. And that does not include the FlexBuy, where you're getting a setup fee and you're getting a residual that's paid twice a month. This is just the marketing we're talking about right now. You know what I mean? That alone. So if you look at the piece that Jean did on climate control, she talked about how she has a client that she makes $15,000 a year off of. That's not difficult. All that is, and maybe some social posting, maybe an upgrade to a website. And I'm going to tell you, that's a big business right now. Because in the case of FlexBuy, one of the categories, and you guys can and I know Damien will be able to tell you this probably more than Bob, but one of the things they look at is they look at the website, because they're going to, in turn, put a co-branded link on your website or the business owner's website, so when you drive traffic, follow this, guys, when you drive traffic through the marketing program directly to that link on their website, they're going to be filling out those applications even when the business owner is under a car or he's out on a job site or something of that nature, and he fills out an application, and then for a loan, for whatever he's doing, patio and deck or siding or roofing. Look at the storms we just had. The roofing business is off the chart. It's really off the chart. And Roofing Bonanza is one of the programs we talked about. I've got Roofing Bonanza. I've got Dynamic Dental Dollars, and I've also got Climate Control. And so, guys, as you get early into this year, 90 days in, you could build an income stream that when it comes to going to the beach in the summertime, you'll be off. You could take off for a month or two if you wanted to. And so take a strong look at this. Hopefully this deal with Lawrence will go through. He's just like super excited. And so I'm trying to explain to him, and I try to explain to everybody in the Deal Finder program, those are the big deals. In between those deals, you should be doing the M&A Deal Finder, where we're finding listing deals where we're getting paid anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000 for finding a deal to get listed. You could do, once you get to about 2 G's, because it's tiered. But let's say you're at about $2,000, $1,500, even $1,000, because you can get to 2,000 pretty quickly. But in any number, at 2,000 example, you're talking 5 clients a month, and you're talking 10 G's. That's real serious, and so there are a multitude of ways that you can make money in this program. And so I would implore you, and last point, for any of you who join the Deal Finder, just get the manual, even if you don't do the Deal Finder program, then you'll have access to the template, and I'll throw in 3 of the private equity firms that I work with. I work with about 10 or 12 of them, but I'll give you about 3 of them that fit the profile of what we're doing and working on right now, because that's really what you want. Some of the others are in some of the other areas, esoteric areas, such as real estate or medical, in those kinds of areas. But these 3 are focused, and that's why I picked these 3. These 3 are focused on what we are doing right now. All right. In fact, there was one private equity firm, they were looking for HVAC companies to do a roll-up all around the country. So the opportunities are there, folks. The opportunities are there. Here we are at the beginning of the year. This is the best time to get started. And the reason this deal with this business owner is working, because as I mentioned, December, January, they're thinking about it now. They just finished talking to their families. You know, he made the decision. We're going to go ahead and sell the business. I'm going to get out of the business, go hang out with the grandkids. You know, the wife's been bugging me long enough. It's time to sell the business. They've been having those discussions for 6-7 months. He just pulled the trigger. I'm ready to go. This is a big one. All right, this is a big one. So guys, hopefully this will get some of you motivated. Maybe the ones who are already in the Deal Finder program. And if you're not in the Deal Finder program, doesn't matter. Get a copy of the manual. I'll send you three of the private equity firms that fit the criteria what we're looking at. If you really want to get involved in this thing, do yourself a favor and pick up Climate Control so you can begin working with contractors, because we have some private equity firms that are focused on various categories in the area of home improvement and construction, and you know, they're very, very interested, HVAC. So guys, if you have any questions, just text me or email me. You know my information. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited. Hopefully you'll get involved. And I can tell you, Lawrence, he is just freaking off the hinge. Off the hinge. All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.